Good morning, student. I'll be starting with stages of seed germination. First stage, the seed germinates. Second, the plant grows. Third, the plant flowers. Fourth, the flower produces fruit. Sixth, the fruit releases seed and then plant dies. So beta, all these are the stages of seed germination. Okay, beta? Now let's move forward to crops. Before reading crops, we'll be starting about reproduction through body parts. Okay then. Reproduction from stem. New plants can also grow from buds present on stems. In some cases, cutting off stems are taken from parent plant that have bud in them and buried in new soil. New plant grow from these buds. So beta, a plant you can see over here, a plant is there, it is cut and then it is buried again. With the bud, a new plant is grown. Okay? Now reproduction from leaves. Some plant reproduces from the leaves. The leaves of Bryophyllum are thick and flesh and have many buds. New plant grows from these. As you can see there beta, from a leaf, new plants are growing. From a bud, new plant is growing. Okay beta? Now let's move forward to the reproduction from roots. So here I have reproduction from roots. Sweet potato and carrot are roots that store food. When replanted, these roots grow into new plant. That means from these roots, a new plant can be grown when it is buried into some other soil. Okay beta? If this plant is growing in some other soil, a new plant will be grown from these roots. From these roots, a new plant can be grown. Okay, now reproduction from spores. Some plants have special structure called spores that help in reproduction. The dark colored dots at the underside of a fern leaf are called sori. These spores are produced in sori. Example fungi such as bread, mold and mushroom also reproduce by spores. Let's see diagram. So here is the diagram because you can see that these red dots. Fine. These are sori and spores are produced in these sori and from that new plant is grown. Okay beta? So now next topic, crops. What are crops? Crops are plants that we cultivate in large number. They provide us food and raw material to produce many other things such as cloth, medicine and timber. And what is agriculture? The practice of growing large quantities of plant for food and other purpose is called agriculture. Example, rice is the most cultivated crop in our country. Crops are the plant that give us food and that provide us raw material, that give us medicine, that give us timber. Okay beta? Now let's study kinds of crops. So first we have food crops. Example, maize, rice, pulses, sugarcane and wheat. Fiber crops from which we get fiber such as cotton, jute, flax and hemp. Oil producing crops from where we'll get oil such as canola, jatropha, mustard, sunflower and soybean. Beta, now look at this table, Kharif crops and Rabi crops. This is the most important table. You should make it in your copy. Kharif crops. Crops that are grown in summer season are called Kharif crops. Okay beta. Example, rice, jawar, bajra, jute, hemp, peanut. Vegetable such as spinach, brinjal, tomato, onion, pumpkin grow well in summers. Fruit such as peach, lychee, mango, watermelon, etc. Now Rabi crops. Crops that are grown in winter season are called Rabi crops. Example, wheat and gram are Rabi crops. Vegetables such as radish, turnips, carrot, peas, mustard, beans are grown well in winters. Fruit such as apples, oranges, pomegranate, etc. Okay beta, this is the most important table. It can come in your exam. Now tips for growing healthy crops. Okay, so different crops require different kind of soil, as you all know that. Rice grows well in wet clay soil, but groundnut needs porous sandy soil. So a farmer has to decide that which crop can grow well in which type of soil. Manure and fertilizers should be added regularly to the soil. Excessive use of fertilizers can harm the soil. They should be used in right amount. Okay beta? Adequate water should be provided at the different stages of proper plant growth. Fourth, seed should be mature and of good quality. They should be planted too close to each other. Last, crops should be sprayed with insecticides and pesticides to keep them free from pests, diseases and harmful animals. Okay beta? And keep this thing in mind that farmers should use them in adequate quantity. That means insecticides and pesticides should be used in adequate quantity, otherwise it can harm these crops. Now beta, protection of crops. Crops get destroyed due to birds, insect and pests such as rats and squirrels. Bad weather such as excessive rain, disease can infect leaves, stem, rods, grazing animals such as cows and goats. So, crops should be protected. Crops should be protected from all these. Grain should be stored in airtight container. This will prevent them from getting spoiled due to moisture and from rodent and birds. Fencing is the most important to prevent crops from grazing animals. So here I've done fencing. It will protect the crops from grazing animals. Okay, beta? So beta, last concept is here. Stages of agriculture. First, the field is ploughed. Second, manure is added to the soil. Third, seeds are grown. Fourth, field is supplied with water. Fifth, to protect the crops, they are sprayed with pesticides. And last, the crops are then cut and gathered. This is called harvesting. So this is the end of the chapter. Okay, beta?